So within the past week, 4 rappers have been shot, 2 fatally and 2 in stable condition. And Meek Mill, a rapper from Philadelphia, he's tired of the street violence. So he's offered a potential solution with hopes that it will mitigate the outcomes of rappers being shot and killed and being involved in the street life despite being rappers. And he was met with backlash for it. Let's get into it. I often talk about the state of the black community and the correlational factors that correspond to the issues that plague the black community. And while many will use the scapegoat and want to talk about systemic racism and white privilege and white supremacy, they often overlook the most significant variable: the individuals, their choices, their beliefs, and their values. Well, this is clearly evident with the backlash that Meek Mill is receiving, because I've stated plenty of times that it's not the system, it's not white supremacy, it's not racism, it's not any of these things that are holding black people back and holding the black community down. It's black people's individual choices. It's their poor choices, their poor values, their poor beliefs. You see, a lot of black people will say that they have no choice. The government put them in poverty. Yet, when you look around, if that was the case, we wouldn't see as many examples as we do of people who want to make it out of poverty, particularly in the black community, making it out of poverty. You see, in order to make it out of poverty in America, if you are in poverty, you have to really, really want to. You have to believe that you can. You can't believe that you're tied down by white supremacy or systemic racism. You can't believe that there's absolutely no control you have in getting yourself a better quality life. And as you will often see with what I'm about to show you, this is often the case with a lot of black Americans. It's not that they can't get out. It's that they choose to remain in poverty. They choose to remain involved in the streets. They choose to remain in situations where they're constantly facing environmental pressures and putting themselves through adversity that ultimately result in prison or death. This is what Meek Mill tweeted in response to the amount of rappers who have been shot in the past week around America. I'll get all the main big artists in Philly a deal if they put them bodies behind them and squash them beefs. I hear about. Got some hot young boys from the city, but they all beefing. And that's just the idea. But I'll push through with my city if y'all make it a thing. It's like 5 cliques that's talented, but they deep in. And they get the most attention when they beefing. A local rapper by the name of Popside Pop decided to respond to Meek with an old tweet that Meek said, "Pretty soon everybody gonna have to pick a side. Too much real shit going on to be cool with everybody." Popside Pop said, "It's time for you to pick a side. Is you zoo or not?" Meek Mill responded, "I ain't picking no side. 18th Street. You letting that walk hit you too hard. I ain't no fucking zoo gang, nigga." Now, any person knows it doesn't matter how he's putting it. He's trying. He's trying to provide an outlet. He's trying to avoid more rappers getting shot and killed. This is an attempt. You would expect the black community to be appreciative of this on Meek Mill's behalf. But no, that would be too much like right. What they did, the responses that he received, exemplified exactly why the state of black America is the way it is and why there's going to be no change anytime soon because of mentalities like these. These comments from the Shade Room show you exactly why. I think y'all should stay out of Philly business. Thanks. 539 likes. Meek trying to stay relevant. 390 likes. Stay out of Philly business if you ain't from Philly. 260 likes. Meek really trying to stay relevant since he left Nicki. Tragic. 247 likes. He ain't even popping no more. 45 likes. He doesn't do anything for Philly, and he always speaks about it. We're over him. Who the he think he is? You see, as I often say, you have to want to get out. You have to want to do better. I remember I was playing basketball with a guy, and I was cooking him. I was killing him. His retort was he chose the streets instead of going to school to play basketball. And I told him, I said, that's a stupid ass decision, don't you think? What's even funnier is that he chose the streets and it did nothing to improve his quality of life. The house he lives in, still Section 8, still on welfare, as far as I know. Even the motivation to get in the streets, these guys are often selfish. They just want what they see on TV. They want a nice car. They want women. They want a party. They want a club. They want to get money and essentially still stay in the streets. It's the Jeezy mentality that he has in his songs. Still catch me in the jacks, fucking with the hoes. A lot of niggas crossing over. No, dog, not me. Staying in the hood. The reason Black America is the way that it is because these people can't leave the streets alone. And what's crazy is they don't want to leave the streets alone. So if you don't want to leave the streets alone and you're going to insult, bash, degrade, try to tear down individuals such as Meek Mill, who may have his history in street beef or whatever the case may be, but makes an attempt to improve the quality of life for other individuals who came from the same circumstances and situations. If you're going to talk negatively, talk down on Meek Mill for attempting to turn around someone's life, that exemplifies exactly how we got here, why we are here, and why we will be here for a long time to come. And that's sick. And that's sad. And the girl who said they want to keep dying in the streets, let them. At some point, we just have to let the problems eradicate themselves. Shaking my head. Let them eradicate themselves. I agree with her. I completely agree with her. Why? Because that's what they love doing. That's what they want to do. And they don't want to do anything else. I will never blame systemic racism, white supremacy, police officers, or any other scapegoat that a lot of Black Americans like to turn to as an excuse for why they're in the streets, fucking up their lives even more, making their lives worse, with no attempt, no effort to improve it, to make it better. If you want to live in the streets, I have no sympathy if you die by the streets. And it's really that simple. Over and out.